Hi, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son.
Hi.
And this is our Backlash 2020 predictions. Yep, a little bit like in the first, the AEW video I did yesterday, I'll quickly do a bit of shameless promotion just to say that me and my wife are now doing a Doctor Who podcast. If anyone's interested, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and it's called Regenerated, or Doctor Who Regenerated, on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook is a Regenerated Doctor Who podcast, and Twitter is Regenerated 1963. So let's quickly get that out of the way. So Backlash 2020. We'll go through. I always say this every single time. No particular order, just the order in which I think, and we'll quickly get into it. The new United States champion versus the new #1 contender. It will be Apollo Cruz versus Andrade, like I said, for the US title. Who do you think is going to win this?
Andrade.
You think Andrade is going to get the title back, do you? That quickly? That is interesting. That's an interesting point. It could happen. Apollo Cruz has only just got that title. So I think that's very interesting. I think I'm going to side with you, Kai. I think maybe Andrade is going to get that title back very quickly. I can see it happening. Next, the new, and there's a lot of news at the minute. New women's tag team champions Bayley and Sasha Banks, two-time champions, versus Lex Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics, in a tag team triple threat for the, like I say, for the women's championships. Who do you think is going to win?
Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Yeah, but I think Bayley and Sasha Banks are going to retain. It's not going to be no movement with them belts, so that's going to be probably a very easy, quick win for Bayley and Sasha. Next, Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. A bit of bad blood here because on SmackDown there was a little bit of a storyline going on with Jeff Hardy, going deep, delving deep into his past with all his substance abuses. There's a car crash on SmackDown. They said that Jeff Hardy was responsible for it. He said then that it was a person with red hair, white skin, that type of thing. He obviously targets Sheamus, and this is a bit of the bad blood. So, I don't know, probably going to be pre-show this, or it could be main show, I'm not really too sure. But either way, who do you think is going to win? Jeff Hardy or Sheamus?
Jeff Hardy.
I think Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I can see Jeff Hardy winning this. Let's say I think Jeff Hardy's treading water a little bit until he can get to AEW, to be honest. But yeah, I think Jeff Hardy's going to win as well. Next, Raw Women's Champion, Asuka versus Nia Jax. Obviously, Asuka is the new Women's Championship, or Raw Women's Champion, because Becky Lynch is pregnant and had to relinquish the title. Asuka winning that Money in the Bank, actually it was for the belt. So Asuka versus Nia Jax. Who do you think?
Nia Jax.
Do you think Nia Jax is going to get it that quickly? I'm going to say Asuka. I think Asuka's going to retain. I don't think there's going to be many movements of the belts on this show, to be honest. But I can't see Asuka sort of being beaten by Nia Jax that quickly. Next, 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal title. It'll be Braun Strowman defending against The Miz and John Morrison. What do you think is going to happen in this?
I think Braun Strowman's going to retain.
I think it's going to be a retain by Braun Strowman. I can't see Miz and Morrison beating him. He's done these situations before with 2-on-1s, and he's completely decimated and annihilated them and won. So I'm not going to see any difference here. Next WWE Championship is going to be Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. This is a bit of a funny one because we wanted to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar maybe for the title once upon a time, and now they put him against Drew McIntyre. I think that's kind of a weird thing. But that being said, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, what do you think is going to happen?
Drew McIntyre.
I think Drew McIntyre is going to retain. I can't see Bobby Lashley winning. Not this quickly after WrestleMania. I think that WWE wants to give Drew McIntyre his time with the crowd, with the title, so they're going to hold it on just for a little while longer to see if they can get them crowds back. I'm thinking the crowds aren't coming back for a little while yet, so there might be a movement with that belt before the crowds come back, but we'll see. And then the main event, which they're calling the greatest match ever. To be fair, yeah, I've heard that Edge is not very happy with them calling that match that, because it puts a lot on his shoulders to deliver the greatest match ever, and that's subjective as well. You know, we could sit here and talk about the greatest match ever and what that means to, you know, indefinitely, but I don't think they should be calling it that, because like I said, it puts a lot of pressure on them too to deliver a match, especially with Randy Orton, who I personally, my opinion is I don't class him as an exciting wrestler. It's not going to be the greatest match ever, no way, and far from it. But it is Edge's first single match. Obviously, he had a match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania it was a last man standing match, wasn't it? And that was an okay match. Dragged on a little bit and got a little bit boring towards the end. But this is a singles match with Edge, first time. That being said, who do you think is going to win? Being as Edge has a win over Orton, what do you think is going to happen?
Edge.
You think Edge is going to win again? I don't know. It's going to be a best of 3 and they go to SummerSlam and have another match. I'm wondering if they're going to tie this at one apiece now, and Orton's going to get the victory over Edge here, and then they're going to go to SummerSlam and have a third and final match. I think that could be a potential to happen. So I'm actually going to put my money on Orton beating Edge in this match, and then continuing this feud for just one more match. So that's Backlash. Let's say there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. It's quite a few matches to sort of fill out a pay-per-view. So yeah, what do you think? Like to share your comments in the comments section, and we'll see you on Monday, potentially Monday. There's some things in the air which may change the schedule going forward for these videos. Namely, gone back to work. That's basically what's on sort of in the pipeline now, is going back to work because of the situation in the UK is settling down with the coronavirus, or we think it's settling down. So they're now returning people to work, and I'm potentially one of them at the minute. So that's going to happen over the next few weeks. So the schedule with these videos is going to change. I can't put like AEWs out on a Thursday like I have been for the last few weeks. That's going to change and all that stuff. So I'll say at the minute it's going to be Monday, but anything different I'll update on Twitter and Facebook. So yeah, let's say share your comments on what you think is going to happen at Backlash, and if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. And like I said, shameless promotion, check out our podcast as well, and I'll put the links in the description for that, and we'll see you in the next video, which will be that reactions video. So I'll say goodbye, and say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.